So we've lived in the house for about 7 years, and we'd always had in mind that we wanted to do something additionally to the house. The background is that this is my grandmother's house. My mother grew up here from the age of 11, and there's a really emotional connection to it because they came over from Italy when my mum was a child. They were always based in Watford, but this is the house that my grandparents saved so much to buy. And when my grandmother died, my mother really struggled to part with property because in her culture, you don't just sell on family property, you tend to keep it within the family to some extent. At the time we were living in London, and we were very happy living in London. The long story short, we moved in, and we used our savings to renovate the house so that it would change the face of it, so that my mum would be able to view it differently and with a view to sell it. And then we ended up falling in love with the property. It's a 3-bed semi, very standard, but a generous plot with the potential that we now see. There were situations like if we opened up the back door, it was very steep. So you couldn't open it if there were children around because they would just fall out, and it was difficult for people with mobility issues to get into the house. And that was something we always had as our parents are getting older. We're a big family, extended family, grandparents, uncles, aunties, cousins. We do a lot of family stuff. It's very important to us. We just never had the space. We had lots of compartmentalised rooms, kitchen, dining room, and then playroom at the back, so we could never really all be together in the space, which is why we decided to bring Cecilia, our architect, into the conversation. And for me specifically, I wanted a female architect because I feel, having worked with architects before, that they listen into what your needs are very specifically, and I can confidently say that has been part of this process for us in terms of the design that was created, which was way beyond, I think, our expectations.
Part of it as well is as we've lived here over time, our family has changed and the way we live has changed, and we've developed our own connection to the house. It's been a great house, and it's always been met our needs, but it started to get to the point where it's not meeting our needs, and actually we have people staying here a lot more now to look after our daughter. As we've had this connection with the house, we wanted to see whether we can make it into something that would work for us now. So that was the point we reached to when we reached out to Cecilia to sort of see if we could continue the family history of this house, but onto the next stage and to meet our needs as a family.
Very much feels like it's the next generation, which I think my grandmother would have been really thrilled about. She'd always wanted to do more to it.